Alright, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the second match here with Patriot Aggro. Oh boy, this is quite a hand, huh? I mean, turn 3 Mantis Rider, bunch of lands. I don't think we can keep that. This is much better. Yes. This is a keep. Thank you, deck. Sacred Foundry. Tapped. Interesting. Could it be red, white, sun, and moon? Maybe. If that's the case, I'll be very upset that I did not get my Scalding Tarn out there. Especially if we get turn 2 Blood Moon here. Turn 2 Chalice could also be quite painful, considering our 1 manas here. 1 mana spells. See what our opponent does here. I imagine they're... Yeah, this looks like Sun and Moon to me. Helix. Okay. Yeah, definitely Sun and Moon. So let's go ahead and fetch basics while we can. I don't even know if I want to keep another Mantis Rider on top because it's so poor against Blood Moon here. But Snapcaster Mage seems fine now that we have Bolt, Snap, Bolt at least. Yeah, because if this is Red, White, Sun, Moon, we just got to be careful of Blood Moon. Make sure we're playing around it if we can at all possible. Alright. Chalice on 1 would be kind of annoying. Chalice on 1 into another Helix or a Johnny would be really rough for us. Excuse me, guys. Monastery Mentor, huh? Interesting. Not what I expected. Hopefully they don't play Mutagenic Growth. Well, so they could still be a Blood Moon deck, but red, white, blue. Let's get in there for some damage. Mutagenic here to protect our Mantis Rider would be quite nice. If our opponent just like jams another Mentor here, I think we're in a pretty good spot. Red, white, Mentor. Could be Jeskai Mentor. That fetched really unaggressively. Inaggressively? Is that even a word? Might not even be a word. And Pyromancer. Okay, that nets a lot of value, especially paired with a Bolt or Helix. Tormenting Voice. Okay, looks like we're up against like a little brew here. I think we want to start with the Serum Visions. Opt Vapor Snag. I kind of like the Opt. Actually, I like the Vapor Snag too because it hits Snapcaster Mage. You can bounce our Snapcaster Mage back, so. Actually, if I was going to do that, I shouldn't have kept Opt on top. That was a bit silly of me, wasn't it? Let's go ahead and just get rid of... Man, but this Mantis Rider getting in for another 3 points of damage just seems insane. Right, we don't want young Pyromancer to grow out of control. Let's see what they discarded. They discarded a land to the Tormenting Voice. So their hand is stocked, probably. Hopefully with non-Lightning Helix cards. Blood Moon. Good thing we have basic planes. So this looks like red. Yeah, they got a Bolt too. That's rough. I imagine, yeah, we're not gonna attack into Elemental here. Yeah, that was quite silly of me, sequencing my Opt that way. So now if they have another young Pyromancer or a Mentor, Gideon? Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Alright. Gideon, red-white tokens, I guess, is what we're up against here. Red-white stuff tokens. So I think Vapor Snag just won't do it anymore. Maybe that was a good reason to keep Opt on top, just in case the board changed as much as it did. Helix. Swift Spear. Let's attack both the Gideon here. Definitely want to try to clear Gideon as best as possible. Yeah, they probably want to block a little differently. Yep. Yes. Again, Gideon will just threatens to take over the game here. Just like crazy. Obviously, burn spell, they're at 11. We need 4 burn spells to actually close out this game. Vapor Snag, huh? Yeah. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have a removal spell because I wonder if they play things like Restoration Angel. Alright, opponent's slow rolling me. Alright, now that they have, well, yeah, I think we're pretty dead from this spot. Yeah, resolve Gideon. Yeah, super dead. Okay. Now thinking about how I want to sideboard here. Snapcaster seems lovely. Dispel seems great. Some number of paths could be interesting over, say, Vapor Snag, even though Vapor Snag can protect from removal and things like that. Wear Tear is nice for Blood Moon. Like some number of path to hit. Excuse me. Well, maybe not. Probably want to cut 2 Mutagenic Growths here. We just want to use them as kind of like a protection spell rather than an aggressive proactive card. No, I don't think we need paths. I mean, we have all this burn that can go there. So, and we have Snapcaster coming in too. I think this is fine. Alright, but our opponent is a Blood Moon deck, so let's be aware of that. Alright, start of game 2 here against red-white tokens while we're on Patriot Aggro. Yeah, that's a keep. That's a keep in my book. We'll find white mana, right? We have a basic island. It's already pretty good. So we'll have 2 of our 3 colors under a Blood Moon. Alright, Goblin Guide. Get us there. Man, god dang it, Goblin Guide. Helping out my opponent every time. I can't imagine they play Path Exiles in their deck, right? Yeah. That just seems like a big non-bow. Alright, Goblin Guide. You filtered their draw. Stormchaser Mage. Yeah! That actually seems better than cantripping. I can cantrip next turn. And get those prowess triggers. Oh, man. Now if my opponent wants to play something like a Young Pyromancer here, like, it's kind of uncomfortable to do so. Excuse me, guys. But I think aside from like Bolt, we're like in a good spot. Obviously Bolt is a nightmare. But I don't think they could have Bolt because I feel like they would have shocked if they had Bolt. Because otherwise the Goblin Guy just gets in for that point of damage anyways. unless they already had Bolt and they knew I was going to play another creature, it just seems hard to predict necessarily. Could just be Tormenting Voice here. Wow. That's really good for us. So they got a bit of a slower start here. Arid Mesa. Yeah, that's like the perfect draw. Red, white. Damn. Goblin Guide has given them a card every turn. Every single turn. That's alright. I'm not actually complaining. Like, I don't actually think anything other than, like, Bolt does anything here. Alright, Helix. Helix plus Bolt would be unfortunate. But we're on the mono Mantis Rider plan right now. Oh my god, another planes? Come on, Guide. Gotta stop that. You just gotta stop that. Alright, so we got lethal set up next turn. Our opponent doesn't have much wiggle room here. We're applying pressure. They played one of their really good cards already in the matchup in the form of Lightning Helix. They go like double Lightning Helix. I'm going to cry a little bit on the inside, but that would be a legal move in Modern. The Gideon doesn't do it here. My hope is like they're flooded on their like payoff rather than their interaction. It's like, I've got a Wrath of God. Gideon of the Trials. Okay, I don't think that does it unless they have a Lightning Bolt. Sure. I feel like they would have cast it if they had Lightning Bolt. So apparently drawing 3 Mantis Riders is pretty good. Alright, opponent packs it up there. Alright. Anything we could do differently that game? Don't think so. Deflecting Bomb is kind of narrow, so no. Yeah. I like this configuration. It's fast, it's aggressive. Getting those points of damage. Kill our opponent. I imagine this deck would be quite busted with Gitaxian Probe, right? I mean, not busted, obviously, but Gitaxian Probe would help a lot. Anyways, this hand looks fantastic. 3 lands, all the right fetches. So, what? That's not a card, is it? So no matter how we draw it up here, we can't fetch around Blood Moon if we want to play a turn 1 guide. So we just have to figure out which color is more important to us. Man, we just did not see that side of their deck, I guess. The Raise the Alarm token version, you know, token side. We just saw the Young Pyromancer, Gideon. Okay. I would main phase that. Oh, Young Pyromancer. Deal. The deal. Wonder if they swing in with this Soul Attendant. Because they're not blocking with it. Yep, makes sense. Here I like fetching planes. Getting Young Peasy off the board. Alternatively, I could have gone Bolt, keep up Dispel. Hopefully our opponent just doesn't slam a Blood Moon here, because we are a little soft to it. Sure. That's actually much better for us. Stormchaser Mage, huh? I think I would rather just bolt that right now. I don't want to even give them the option to trade. That's a lightning bolt. Okay, at least we know about that. But I think we're pretty locked into dispelling this Raise the Alarm because it's not only 2 creatures, but it's also gain 2 life spell. Yep. Another Soul Attendant, sure. So if we draw, is it Snapcaster? That would be quite nice now. I think because we're getting a basic island here, we want to get a Sacred Foundry tapped. And I think we just want to start chucking in with Mantis Rider here. And start attacking in the air. Obviously, these Soul Attendants are going to get a little annoying, but again, we do have answers in our deck. Alright, opponent hits their 4th land. Hopefully it's not a Gideon here, but we can beat a Gideon fairly easily, right? We would just play Stormchaser Mage and attack Gideon with both of our flyers, and it would be out of range, or it would be in range of clearing. Raise the Alarm. I think I want to dispel this. Might be a little aggressive, but nice draw. Nice draw here. Right. Because this protects a creature from a potential Helix or something like that. Goblin Guide. Opponent's gaining a lot of life back from these Soul Attendants. They're doing a lot of work for my opponent, but we are a very aggressive deck. Opponent draws an Arid Mesa, so we know that they have that in their hand now. Wow, opponent just takes the damage. Actually, I don't know why I said wow. That makes a lot of sense. But unless they start pumping out tokens here like crazy, then we're going to be in a really good spot. Perforos would be a little bit scary. Gideon, again, as we talked before, Gideon's kind of just a gain 2 life spell for them here. Nothing more, nothing less. Wow, that was an insane draw. Bam, bam, bam. Let's pack it up, boys. All right, let's go ahead and clear Gideon. Yeah. Rest in peace? I guess that hits Snapcaster Mage, sure. I think we'll be pretty rewarded here if our opponent is sandbagging some sort of removal spell. So like Mutagenic can still pump Stormchaser Mage and clear the Gideon. Interesting. Did I send that at... No, yeah, I sent that at my opponent, right? I imagine my opponent fetched because they really don't want to draw Rest in Peace in that spot. Another Gideon. I mean, sure. Like I said before, Gideon is just a... Okay. That is also fine. Right? Because we can still trade by pinging. But of course, let's start here. Fix our draws a bit. Wow, wow, wow. I think we want to go top. Alright, looks like we draw our opponent a Sacred Foundry. Alright, and our opponent is effectively at 10. We do have lethal next turn in the air. Sure. Yeah, like so we know they're sitting on Sacred Foundry plus Unknown. This is totally okay. So now we know they're sitting on one Unknown. Again, I think we save the Helix for the Prowess trigger here. Let's go ahead and bottom both of these. Let's go ahead and get a Goblin Guide in there. And swing. Opponent reveals a young Pyromancer. Oh, and they just concede, right? We were gonna go Lightning Helix their face. But anyways, that was the second match with Patriot Aggro beating down, again, kind of another brew, right? So we kind of, I mean, Mono Green Devotion had a big showing lately, but Red-White Token's definitely a brew. So brew versus brew, but looks like we were able to come out on top there. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys, and stay tuned for the third and final match of Under the Microscope. I'll see you guys real soon.